Hey everybody! I just got done with my match meeting with my potential intended parents, and oh my word, you guys, their profile did not do them justice. Like, they are so nice and thoughtful and impressive. Let me tell you what. They are just super nice, and I really like them, and I hope that they liked me, so then we can be a match. I don't know what to do with my hands right now. I'm really excited. They're so nice. The intended father has a doctorate, I think, in engineering, and basically uses it for medical purposes, so like EKGs, and was working on something. It sounded very complicated, but basically he developed, I believe with some other people, it's basically something that they like connected to the patient's brain for like kids and stuff, and the kids could control the game Space Invader. I think it was Space Invaders. Oh no, I'm not sure. There was a lot. Seriously, this meeting was like super long. It was over 2 hours long. By the end, the case manager was like, you know, like, no, she was really nice about it. She's basically like, okay, well, if there's any other questions, email me and I'll pass along the message, because she wanted to wrap it up. I feel bad because it was super long, but it was a really good conversation. Anyway, so the intended father basically created, helped develop, whatever, a video game that patients, like young patients, could control the game with their brain, which is just amazing. And he was also talking about, he was in on like a brain surgery, and just the things that this man has done, it's just amazing. It's extraordinary, to be honest. The intended mom is like, she's worked in a natural history museum. She makes jewelry now. She's written a few children's books using like Shutterfly, prints them off, and which is so cool. She explained one of them was about something that kids need help understanding, and she had told me one of the lines in the books are super cute. Later on, if I get her permission, I'll share more about the book. It sounds really cute. I mean, if your child has this problem, you should definitely get this book because it sounds so good. So yeah, we just chatted about life and what led them to where they are right now. And they have a lot of friends and family who are supportive of them, which is great. I mean, a lot of our thoughts and wishes for this journey were very well aligned. When it came to contact during and after, they were more than happy to stay in contact. They want me to feel comfortable. So when I asked them about going to doctor's appointments and ultrasounds and being there for the delivery, they were like, yeah, we would like to do those things, but you know, whatever you're comfortable with. So I really appreciate that. Basically, I feel like they should be there for all the things. And we joked about how for, you know, a lot of the doctor's appointments, I would have my pants off. Which is not 100% true. You don't have your pants off all the time. But we were just joking about how he could stand like at the head of the bed facing the wall. I mean, during the appointments, if you do have your pants off, you're covered up by a sheet, so I'm not even worried about them seeing anything. But yeah, it was just really funny. They have names picked out already, and the intended father was joking about how much he's how much the intended mom has put thought into picking out names. And I was like, no, I totally get it. You're going to be calling this kid whatever name you pick out for the rest of your life, right? So it needs to be a name that you like. And she goes, thank you. But yeah, I love that she started with the initials first and then developed the names from the initials. So a lot of people don't think about this. They think, oh, I love this name and I love how the combination sounds together and how it flows. I mean, I personally think that names that like flow and that are easy to say are better than ones that are like choppy. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Some of you might, but I love that she thought about the initials first because so my mom's initials, her parents didn't really think about it. So her initials are BM. And when she was in school, she's like, I hate that. So I'm going to go with, you know, her first initial and her middle initial, which is BJ, which is also not good. So, and my initials when I was growing up were TB, like tuberculosis, which is not good either. So yeah, make sure if you're naming your kids, you pay attention to their initials because some of them are not so good. I mean, even the intended parents, because we talked about this. The intended mom was saying, I believe it was her nephew. See, there was so much information. I wish I had like recorded it so I can go back and be like, oh yeah, that's what they said. Anyway, so I believe it's her nephew or one of her friends named her kid, and his initials are ass. So pay attention to your children's initials before you name them. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So anyway, yeah, it was a really good conversation. I mean, I told them about my deliveries and anything pregnancy related, and the case manager was there kind of to walk us through the conversation. Not like a chaperone or anything, but anytime there was a lull in the conversation, she'd be like, okay, so what do you guys think about this? And she would, you know, approach a new topic that we needed to discuss, really. So I feel like the conversation went really well and I really liked them. Honestly, I really hope that they liked me and we can move forward. We talked about timelines. The case manager was saying that we could do a transfer in probably 3 to 5 months because we're gonna do, hopefully, I mean, we talked about it timeline wise. There are several things that need to be done, but some of them can be done at the same time. So we're gonna potentially, I mean, I'm talking so optimistically, like, yes, we're gonna do these things and it's gonna be great and they're gonna be there for this, and that's not 100% decided yet. So there's some things that need to be done potentially, assuming that we match together. So hopefully we can get those things knocked out of the park real quick because they've been trying to have a baby for years. They have been actively trying with the help of a reproductive specialist, like not just, you know, trying for a baby, but they've been going to doctor's appointments to make sure that they get pregnant, and it has not worked for them. And they've been trying since, I believe they said 2017, which that's like 5 years they've been trying to do this with a actual reproductive specialist. The case manager was like, so Tasha, you know, how do you feel about that timeline? Is there anything coming up in the next year that you need to alter the timeline at all? And I was like, no, I mean, I'm good to go. Let's do this tomorrow, you know? Hopefully it works out and we get the ball rolling really quick. I am having a really hard time getting information from my insurance company right now. Basically, the agency has people that look at insurances to find out if they're surrogate friendly, because some insurances will actually cover my health care if I'm a surrogate. Others won't. Most of them, I think, do not cover it. So if that's the case, then I will have to sign up for a second insurance that does cover all of those things. And right now we're waiting on my insurance to send an explanation of coverage. I was told it's 50 to 150 pages long. It lists everything and how much they cover and all the things basically. And I reached out to my insurance company. They told me they were not allowed to give me that information and that I had to contact my human resources department because my insurance is through my work. So of course I was like, oh, okay, she should have that just sitting around or whatever. No, she did not. So she reached out to our insurance rep and multiple times has heard nothing from the insurance company, the rep, not a word. So I have gone back to her a couple of times and I'm like, hey, did you hear anything? And she's like, no, she never contacts me back when I ask questions or whatever. That's ridiculous. So the case manager gave me some steps that I can follow. She's like, okay, this is what you do. You call your insurance company, you ask them for the explanation of benefits. If they refuse to give it to you, you ask to speak with a supervisor. I'm like Karen this up. No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of person. I will be very nice, but if they're not gonna do it, then stuff's gonna have to get done. So if I can talk to the supervisor and they still won't give it to me, I have to tell them, okay, if you're not going to give it to me, then I am going to contact the Oregon Insurance Commissioner and I'm going to file a complaint because I have a right to my insurance information, basically. I'm paying for this insurance. You have to tell me what you cover. I don't understand why they wouldn't give it to me in the first place, but anyway, that's the next step for me. I also still need to schedule my home evaluation, I think it's called. Basically, I need to talk to a social worker, and I believe it's virtual, so I have to take them around my house and show them that I have working electricity, and I have to turn on and off faucets to show that they work. It's absolutely ridiculous, but apparently in the past it's happened where people have no running water and no electricity. So they just want to make sure that where I live is a safe environment for someone to be pregnant in, blah, blah, blah. I totally get that. What sucks is my mom has decided to downsize. So there's stuff everywhere. She's going through boxes and taking stuff to Goodwill, but in order for it to get better, it's got to get worse first, basically. So I'm kind of hoping that we can stash some of that stuff away while I have the... That sounds really bad, but like she's gonna be getting rid of it or it's going back into the storage closet, but right now it's all over the living room. I really want to get that taken care of before I set up that meeting, but I need to just set up the meeting and get that home evaluation out of the way. I think that's all I have for today. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, I just thought of something else. So when I met with the case manager, I was like, so it says that they play video games, right, in their profile. He plays Mario Kart or has played Mario Kart with his nieces and nephews and stuff. And I was curious to know, if there was any other games, because as you might know if you're not new here, I play Sims 4 and record videos and post them for you guys to watch, right? So my son is super into, Fortnite and Roblox. So I was just curious. I wanted to know, what kind of games they were into. And she told me, she's like, you have to ask them. I was like, okay. Like, is it something really good? I don't understand. Okay. So tonight when we were kind of wrapping up, I asked him, I was like, so in your profile, it said that you guys like to play video games. Of course, he listed off several that I've never heard of. I mean, Mario Kart, I think, was the only one that I recognized. And then she was telling me she likes Final Fantasy and Animal Crossing. I'm like, okay, those are getting warmer to what I'm into. And then she goes, and I like playing The Sims. You guys. I freaked out. I'm like, yes. my case manager, I'm like, Amber, tell the match team that they are the best. I thought that was super funny. You don't meet many people that are into The Sims, but for me to find intended parents that are into Sims, that just, it boggles my mind. I can't believe it. I'm not gonna say that this is the reason that I want them to like me and for us to match, but it's one of the reasons. I'm just kidding. I'm half kidding. Just a little bit. But really, like, I love it. I thought that was so funny. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. This video is getting long and I have to edit my Sims videos. So I will update you as soon as I hear one way or another if they want to match with me. Obviously, I want to match with them, but I'm curious to know their thoughts and if they want to match with me. I might actually email my case manager right now. Like, I don't need to sleep on it. That's not a thing. I don't need to do that. There was nothing in the conversation that I was like, I agreed with and loved everything that they said. I don't think there was a single thing that I was like, which is rare. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we agreed on like everything. Anyway, I will let you know as soon as I know. So subscribe so you don't miss my video when they decide that they want me to carry their baby. I'm being really optimistic here. I should not do that because it's gonna be a huge letdown if they don't like me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. This morning, I emailed my case manager who is, she's on vacation today, but there's someone else in the agency that's checking her emails and doing her job basically while she's out. But I emailed her and I told her that the match meeting I think went really well and I really want to move forward with them. And she emailed me back. So let's see. They would love to move forward with you. You guys. Congratulations. Ah! You guys were matched. Oh my word. It's happening. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I look like my hair. But I'm so excited. Yay. This is gonna be great. Like, I cannot.